up, me crew? Today we are going to be talking about dating in your 30s. But before we get started, make sure you like, you comment below, and you share, and most of all, you subscribe so you can always hang with me. All right, so let me give a disclaimer before I even get into it. I am speaking from my perspective, my experience, just stuff that I've gone through while I've been dating in my 30s. So if you can't relate, sorry, this is just like my experience. So first of all, I did not think that I would still be single at 31. I'm a Gemini. Hey to all my Geminis out there, and if you've never had a Gemini, you are not living your life, boo. But I never thought I would be still single in my 30s. So when I was 18, you know, like 25 was like so old to me. So I'm like, okay, by the time I'm 25, I'll get married. 27, I'll have my first child. 30, I'll have my second. 33, I'll have my third. Did not happen like that. But it's okay because 31 is not old. I mean, I'm still young. I'm still in my prime. Still look good. But it just feels like, you know, you see everybody around you getting married and having kids, and it's just like, dang, like, you know, when is it my turn? So the one thing I thought that got easier was dating as you got older. You know, I'm thinking, you know, people are older, you know, in our 30s now. People are more mature. They can say exactly what they want. People know how to communicate. That is so not true. Age has nothing to do with anything, honey. People act the same at 40 as they did when they were 20. It really just depends on the person. Just because you in your 30s does not mean, you know, you on the up and up. So one thing that really like kind of irks me with the whole dating scene nowadays is people are so into like texting. I don't have a problem with texting, but my thing is, if we just met and we just exchanged contact information, and you know, that first text like, hey, how are you? I'm okay. But don't sit and like have a whole conversation with me through text message. Eventually, like, pick up the phone and call me. I don't get the whole like texting like a whole relationship. That's crazy to me. Pick up the phone. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear the tone of your voice. I just want to hear, like, I feel like it makes it more personal when you're talking on the phone. So the whole texting is like one thing that I can't get into. I feel like texting is good for like when you're at work and we can't really talk on the phone like that. You can text, check in. Hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Cool. Just thought about you, whatever, whatever. Or when you're just busy and you can't just really get to your phone. I don't feel like texting should be an alternative to have a conversation. I just think that's kind of crazy to me. Another thing is like the whole social media thing. Like, of course, back when our parents were younger, like our age, in their 30s and their 20s, you know, they didn't have social media. So they didn't really have a choice but to like see people in person. You know, you meet somebody out, you pick them up for a date, you date, right? Now it's like people just slide in your DM, and it's, I don't know, like, I'm okay with somebody sliding in my DM. I'm not okay with you sliding in my DM and then you staying there and trying to get to know me through the DM. Like, wait. So my thing is, if you slide in my DM, you eventually need to be asking for my number so we can talk on the phone and eventually meet each other in person, right? But it doesn't really work that way. Kid you not, true story. Not too long ago, I had this man come up to me. I was in the mall. I was in Stonecrest Mall, for those of you who are watching in Georgia. I was in Stonecrest Mall, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, hey, are you on IG? And I'm like, now I'm thinking maybe he's promoting something, maybe he's, I don't know. I didn't think he was trying to holler at me, because I'm thinking, I know this man is not trying to holler and I'm right here in his face and he asking for my IG. What you gonna do? Hit me up on IG and then ask for my number when I'm right here and you can just get my number? So I'm like, yeah, I'm on IG. And he was like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm like, what sense does that make? So you're gonna get on IG and then ask for my number when you're right in front of me and you can just get my number right here. Baby, I never understand. So I think like, this whole social media thing, I don't know, I can't get with it on that level. And then the other thing I feel like that has a big influence on dating nowadays is like the reality shows and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say that, well, I'll say this. They don't have the best representation of women on these shows. Like you got your Love and Hip Hops, your Basketball Wives, and you know, all of those shows like that. I just don't think they have the best representations of women, period. Now, I'm not saying that they glorify side chicks or anything like that, but I feel like certain shows kind of normalize men having multiple women. And I'm not talking about like the whole poly thing, because that's something different. But for instance, you will have a woman that's with a man and she thinks that they're in a monogamous relationship, right? And she finds out that he's sleeping with another woman, or married to a woman. And then it becomes like a competition between the two women. They both know about the man, don't agree with it, but still keep talking to him. And I'm just like, So my thing is, women like that who continue to mess with a man or just entertain a situation where you know a man is not being faithful to you, you make it hard for women like me who is not gonna put up with that BS. Because when he gets to me, he's like, oh, you asking for too much. Oh, you just doing too much. Oh, you too difficult. Oh, you this, oh, you that. No, I'm asking you to be faithful. I'm asking you to communicate. That's it. So that whole aspect of the whole dating thing is just like, I can't get with it. It's now, if you're poly, like I said, that's something different. That's when whoever is involved in that situation know about each other and everybody is supposed to be, I guess, dating each other. That's something totally different. But when you are in a relationship and you think it's just you and that other person and you find out it's not, and then you make it into a competition with the other woman he's cheating on you with, what is that? I kind of feel like women kind of lose their self-value trying to prove that she's better than the next one. I don't do that. When you're with me, you're with me. And that's what it is. That, yeah. The other part about like dating nowadays is like, you meet somebody and they either just want to have a friends with benefits situation, or they just ready to be in a relationship like off top. Like, I just met you yesterday and you ready to be in a relationship today. Like, no. I feel like that whole like dating or courting, as our grandparents would say, that whole courting piece is missing. Like, what happened to the, can I take you out? You pick me up. We go on a nice date. We hang out some more. Da 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 da. We build up to the relationship. Another example, a guy, we have probably been talking on the phone maybe not even a full week. And so he hits me up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. He texts me and say, hey, I'm gonna be watching a game at 12 o'clock. Won't you come through? How you just gonna, number one, invite me somewhere at 8 o'clock in the morning and you want me to meet you at 12 o'clock in the afternoon? That's so last minute. And then the proper way to ask me out would be, 24 hours ahead of time, at least. Especially if this is our first time like meeting face to face. Ask me, give me enough time so I can look at my schedule, see what I have going on. That is so inconsiderate of you, and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of bold of you to think that I would drop whatever I'm doing to come and meet you. All I ask is that you hit me, give me enough time, ask me out in a proper way, which would have been, hey, tomorrow I plan to go watch the game at this place, and I would love if you can join me. We can get something to eat and kind of hang out if you're not busy. What's wrong with that? Is that so hard? You can't hit somebody up and just say, oh yeah, meet me at the spot. Now, my thing is, it would have been different had we went out a couple of times. We already built some type of rapport with each other. And then you can hit me up and be like, hey, I'm gonna be watching the game. You wanna come through? Totally different situation. But if we've never met and this is our first time meeting up, there's a way that you go about that first little meetup. You know what I mean? The other thing that has really been, and this may really be because I have an old soul. I love blues music. I love Anita Baker. I love Stevie Wonder. I love Sade. I love like all the old stuff. That's me. When I tell you that's what I do. But this new stuff like that's out now, like I don't really listen to it like that unless I go out and they're playing it. But like for me to go and buy, I don't even want, who can I, let me see. I don't really listen to like Lil Uzi Vert or what's his name? Young Yachty. I don't know. I don't even know their names. Not saying that they're not good artists. I don't even know them well enough to say that, but I just know that I like old school music. So when I meet people my age or around my age, like they're listening to this new stuff and I'm just like, I need somebody who can relate to my music. That's just me. Like I need to know you know who Al Green is. I need to know you listen to Maxwell from time to time. I need to know you know who Earth, Wind, and Fire is. You know what I'm saying? If we can't listen to Teddy Pendergrass, I don't really know. You know, we gonna vibe like that. I just don't know if it's gonna work. Because a good like Saturday night for me is pretty much, now I go out, but staying in the house, a nice glass of wine, listening to some old school music. We might watch a movie, we might cook a meal together. But I don't want to go to the club and listen to Lil Uzi Vert and what's that, young boy never broke again, whatever. That's just not my idea of a date to go to the club. Like I'm not a clubber, you know? So that's another thing, is just actually meeting somebody who can match me on that particular level. I don't know. Chivalry. So, and then I feel like chivalry is kind of dead nowadays. Like, I'm not gonna say, you know, it's completely dead, because there are some guys out there who know how to be chivalrous. Like the whole opening the door and giving me your coat when I'm cold, or like, you know, stuff like that. Like that still is out there. It's still alive for some guys. But people don't know how to, a lot of men don't know how to be chivalrous anymore. Oh, another thing that's kind of like weird in the 30 area. So I feel like when you hit that like 30 mark, that's when people start getting married, really. That's when they start having kids. So if you meet somebody that's like, they have a child, they just had a child or whatever, and it didn't work out with the baby mama, well, now you got somebody who has like a 1-year-old or 2-year-old, and you got to decide if you're willing to deal with that. Now, I've already made up in my mind that I'm probably going to meet somebody or date somebody that has children. Cool. But I don't really want to date somebody that has like a 7-month-old or a 1 or 2 or 3. My rule is your child has to be over the age of pretty much 10. And I say that only because when the child is so young, 9 times out of 10, that relationship with the mom is still kind of weary. Like, it's still some emotions floating over there still. And then it comes with like baby mama drama. By the way, if you didn't watch my video, check your baby mama, this video right here, check it out. It's good. It's a lot of little helpful hints for my men out there. I'll leave the link in the description below. But yeah, like, you don't want to deal with that baby mama drama because it's just uncalled for. I just feel like if you are a man of a particular age especially, you should be grown enough and mature enough to know how to handle your baby mama situation. And if I feel like I have to come in and regulate it, that's too much. Because I feel like if you can't handle that area in your life, what else am I going to have to come in and regulate? Like, I need to know that you are a man and you know how to handle your business. Point blank, period. So the whole like having kids, I love kids. But if you have some that's under the age of 10, I just don't know if that just didn't work well with me. To say the least, like, dating has just been very interesting to me. There's not an age on the maturity level. I could tell you that for sure. Like, I really thought the older you get, the more mature people are, the easier dating will become. But it's really like a case-by-case situation. It depends on the person, you know. I've met, honestly, some 27-year-olds who are way more mature than some 40-year-olds. And you have some 40-year-olds out here that's still playing the field and playing games, trying to be a player, all that good stuff. And I'm just like, I just want to meet people who know what they want and are vocal about what they want. If you want friends with benefits, let me know that. If you want somebody to just text on Wednesday nights or have lunch with on Tuesday afternoon, let me know that so I can make a decision about what I want to do or how I want to proceed, if I want to proceed with you. But I really can't say that I've been running into that lately. And like I said, like, I'm not trying to jump into a relationship like tomorrow. I'm not trying to be married by like next month or anything like that. But I mean, I'm open to dating. And let me tell you, babe, it has been interesting. And if you live in Georgia, Atlanta area, it's real interesting. Let me tell you, it is very interesting. I'll keep you guys informed on how my dating life is going. I'll let y'all know, you know, if I meet Mr. Right, if I don't. Oh, before I go, one other thing. So this has been like more common lately. I've been meeting a lot of men that have cats. So I'm just put this out there just in case if you watch this and you see me somewhere out and you want to approach me. If you have a cat, I am allergic to cats. I like cats, but I am allergic. And I'm not gonna say it's weird that a guy has a cat, but it's just different, you know? I'm just so used to guys having dogs that it's just like, it's just a little different. But if you have cats, like, I'm allergic. I try not to even entertain that if you do have a cat, because I don't want you to feel like you got to get rid of your cat just because of me. Who am I to come in and, you know, just saying. Y'all, Mecca is over here looking at me like, shut up so I can go to sleep. Y'all want to see Mecca real quick? Because he just got in trouble. Say hi, Puka. Hi. Say hi, everybody. You say hi, you sheepies. Oh, you so sleepy. You so sleepy? Yeah. Oh, it's your mommy's baby. You so sleepy. Oh. Mecca is so spoiled, y'all. He is just my little baby. He's just so spoiled. You say hi? You say hi to everybody? No, you don't want to? You so sleepy? Alright, you guys. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment. And if y'all have any questions for me about anything, make sure you ask below. Comment, leave them in the comment section. I'm very open. I'm willing to talk about anything on my channel. Just, you know, hit me up if you got anything you want me to talk about. All right, see y'all later.